I've tested a lot of Polaris Generals over the years, and I've never been shy about voicing my affection for the 1000 XP. It's always been the perfect mix of function and fun. Part of what makes the General so good is that it's largely based on a razor. The suspension is very razor-like, and while the body is completely different, these sport-based underpinnings have always made for a vehicle that can be driven as hard and fast as you want to. Of course, this impressively large cargo box has always meant that at the end of the day, doing actual work is easy and convenient. When you combine both of these design features though, you open up a whole new realm of uses for the General. From hunting to camping to simply exploring the unknown, the General gives you everything you need and then just a little bit more. For 2022, Polaris is offering an extensive lineup of General models, from the more basic General 1000 to the wider and more capable General XP. Each is offered in multiple trim levels, including the XP Trailhead Edition we have here. So what is a Trailhead Edition? Basically, it's a General XP Deluxe Ride Command Edition with a second level cargo rack, light bar, and limited edition paint and graphics targeted at riders who like to go on longer, more remote adventures and need to haul more gear. Polaris has outfitted the Trailhead Edition with their top-of-the-line 4,500-pound winch with synthetic cable and auto-stop magnetic fairlead. When it comes to winches, they don't get any nicer than this one. Now, the General already has excellent lighting, but an auxiliary bumper-mounted 11-inch Pro Armor light bar does an impressive job of lighting up the trail at night even more, so you can keep riding well after dark. Now let's talk about cargo. I mean, it's only logical that if you're going to head out into the wilderness, and I mean really out there, you're going to need the ability to carry extra gear. Not just the necessities for camping though, but also all the extra stuff to make sure you can get back home no matter the scenario. This pure Polaris second level cargo rack gives you, in my estimation, about 30 to 40% more cargo carrying capacity. It's a really nice piece that fits perfectly onto the bed using lock and ride fasteners. Now, as important as cargo capacity really is, to me, what matters most when you hit the trail is comfort and capability. Two things the General XP Trailhead has in spades, thanks largely to its incredible set of Walker Evans Velocity shocks. Now, these are the same shocks found on the Velocity series Razors. Saying they're serious doesn't even come close. Threaded preload adjusters makes maintaining the correct ride height of the vehicle as the vehicle weight changes really simple. Compression clickers mounted on the reservoirs mean you can easily fine-tune the ride quality to fit your preferences, and the anti-bottoming protection provided by Walker's needle technology means you're well insulated even on the biggest hits. I found these shocks to provide an incredibly plush ride, and when you combine that with the ultra soft seat foam, I would describe the overall ride quality of this General XP as outright pillowy. However, that comes at the expense of overall chassis stability. By that I mean under acceleration, braking, or cornering, especially at speed, the XP Trailhead suffers from abnormally high amount of body roll. If I bumped the compression up to where the body roll was better controlled, the ride got harsher than I wanted it to. Did this affect my ability to go where I wanted or ride as hard as I wanted? Definitely not, but it did take some getting used to. More aggressive sway bars might help in the corners, but this would come at the expense of suspension articulation on super rough terrain, and that is something the softer plusher suspension is really good for. As far as power, this 100 horsepower Polaris twin feels every bit as good here as it does in everything else Polaris uses it in. This General XP feels snappy and fun to drive. It's super easy to get the back end loose whenever you want. Basically, I have no complaints when it comes to power. The General XP Deluxe Ride Command Edition and the Trailhead both have more tech and toys than any General has thus far. The full Ride Command system is included along with Stage 3 Rockford Fosgate audio. Front and rear cameras are standard, as is the plow mode winch setting. 30-inch Pro Armor Crawler XG and XGF tires are mounted to 15-inch aluminum wheels that are not beadlocks, but in my opinion should be. I found this tire combination to provide excellent traction in a wide range of conditions. Now, the last thing I want to touch on when it comes to the General XP Trailhead Edition is value. Traditionally, it's almost always been a better deal to buy a special edition because the value of the accessories is more than the increase in price. However, I'm not sure it's as good a deal here as it usually is. The General XP 1000 Deluxe Trailhead Edition is $1,000 more than the General XP 1000 Deluxe Ride Command Edition. For that $1,000, you get the rear rack, the light bar, and the cool raised graphics. Now the rear rack alone is a $1,000 option. The light bar is about $170. Essentially what this means is that you're getting the light bar for free. Is this valuable? Yes, but it's not great value, especially if you would rather have a different LED light setup. It's definitely not a bad deal by any means. It's just not as good as other Polaris Special Edition models have traditionally been. So my final verdict on Polaris's 2022 General XP Trailhead Edition is this. If you don't find value in the rear rack or the light bar, you're better off buying the XP Ride Command Edition, which is otherwise identical in every way. On the other hand, if you need the extra capacity of the cargo rack and planned on buying a small light bar anyway, then the Trailhead is definitely what you want. It's every bit as capable and even more comfortable than previous General XP models that came with QS3 shocks. So if you're not a super aggressive, wide open kind of rider, I think you're gonna love this soft suspension.